Okay. Well, hello. I'm eating a mango sago pudding, nearly tipped. And I had to hang out in my room because one of the cats is not gonna eat unless she has company. But apparently she doesn't like her food tonight. I have to wait for a little bit. Anyway, musings of a muse. Did you think it's funny? Muse because I live modeled tonight. It was my second time live modeling. I have some thoughts. The first time I went, I was really anxious because it was my first time. You're naked in front of a bunch of people getting drawn. Like, who wouldn't be anxious, you know? But I had looked up a whole bunch of different poses to try out, saved some on my phone so I could like reference them. Yeah, it turned out really well. What I did differently this time, I realized it because I was holding these poses for so long, is that last time I was focused on trying to hold my pose steady. Let me demonstrate. Last time I was focused on trying to hold my pose steady. For example, I did not do this pose, but I'll pretend it's this. So when you're holding a pose, your body needs to rest and not strain itself. So slowly you like drift down into a more comfortable position. And so my focus was on like holding this. But the thing is, when you're holding a pose, it like puts a lot of strain on your body because it's not meant to be held in one pose for a long time, especially one that's like unnatural and twisted or whatever. Yeah, and so I was like shaking a lot in the first one with the strain of holding it up, but I was really proud of the fact that I held the pose, the correct angles really well, I think. This time I was more focused on not shaking because my body was weaker today because I hadn't stretched. Like an idiot, I hadn't stretched. And so because of that, I could feel how differently, I could feel my body drifting, but I was so focused on making sure I wasn't shaking. I wasn't like visibly shaking. It wasn't like that. It was like that, you know. Can you see it? Well, maybe you can't see it, but I could feel it. I was so focused on wanting to not shake that I wasn't able to pay as much attention to not drifting. But that's okay. I think my body was just like not feeling great today anyway. I think it's all right. But one thing I really liked about this live modeling is that I didn't know I could become so meditative while holding an unnatural position in front of a whole bunch of strangers while being naked. Like, I think that's a very strange place to meditate, but it worked. Meditate, you usually think of meditating as sitting cross-legged, you've got your hands on your thing, whatever, and you're like closed eyes trying to clear your mind. But I think meditation is also just like letting your brain do its thing, wonder and then being able to bring it back to a point. So it's really nice to like focus on a point, like literally having to hold the pose of looking at a dot on the wall or something, or looking at a painting, because it's really awkward if you're like staring right at somebody for an entire 20 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever. So I've chosen a point, I'm looking at it, and then my brain will wander. I'm looking at it, my eyes are still there, but my brain's wandering, and then I come back, my brain comes back. So that was a very interesting experience. Do you know what else it's made me think of though? This whole like hyper awareness of body while meditating, while doing this live modeling thing has made me think about, I saw a post like yesterday on Threads. If I remember to find it, here it is. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. And they were talking about how people who really love driving I'm sorry, the heater started, so hopefully this sound is not too loud. Anyway, people who love driving because it feels like your car's a mecha suit and you're like really freaking in tune with your car, and you know exactly how much space is around your car, you know exactly how much space your car takes up. The minute details of the degrees your car can turn, like, you know, if you're really in tune with your car, that's why it becomes really fun, because your car feels like a mecha suit. You're like, it's so funny, in the thread that I read and learned this about, they were talking about not to be a car freak, but like you become really in tune with your car, and that's so real. Like, I sound like I'm thirsting for my car saying this, but I'm obviously not. Hello. But yeah, that's what driving feels like for me. I'm like I know my car, because it's not just driving, it's my car. Driving my car, I know her, she knows me, yes, she's an inanimate object, but let me tell you. Did you receive it? That's what I just told you. Anyway, so there's that. And then yeah, people who really hate driving aren't able to go into the mindset of feeling like their car is a mecha suit. So they are very hyper aware of the fact that you are in like a hunk of metal hurtling through space at incredible speeds. And that's why they're a bit more cautious and a bit more terrified of driving. So I guess it's good that I saw that thread and was able to understand driving that way, because it really I'm gonna be honest, I'm a bit of a road rager, but I only get angry when people are like going really slow when there's obviously a lot of space in front of them. And I think that's a valid anger, because what do you mean we're in a 60 zone? There's an entire freaking highway in front of you clear. Yeah, we're in the overtaking lane and you're going 10 kilometers below the speed limit. And I wish that was like a rare occurrence, but it's not. I don't know what I've done to suffer this life. Okay. Anyway, so that's that. I'm a road rager, but only for certain situations. And I am also I'm a hobby tailgater, okay? Once again, only if you're going below the speed limit when there's space in front of you. I don't tailgate if you're going at the speed limit. I just think that if you look, the highway is one thing, because in the highway there are multiple lanes. You can just get out of the overtaking lane and go less than the speed limit elsewhere, you know. But if you're in the overtaking lane, go at least the speed limit. Come on, that's common sense. You're in the overtaking lane, but you're not overtaking anybody. In fact, people have to get out of the overtaking. In fact, people have to get out of the overtaking lane to overtake you. I don't like that. So I'll tailgate people like that, because I think you should get off the road. That's crazy. I'm a hater. No, as I just said, it's really good that I read that thread about people like mecha suit versus non-mecha suit feeling of driving, because maybe that'll give me a bit more empathy for people who are really not great on the road. I've tried before to have empathy for driving. I've got empathy, but it's not like driving. It's just something about it sets me off. And here's the thing, when I drive, I'm like, it's not even, for me, it's not about getting anywhere faster, and it's not about being fast. The point isn't to speed. The point is just like, I want the most convenient, I want to be driving at the same speed as possible. I would rather be driving the same speed and having to switch lanes over and over than staying in the same lane and go slow. But not everybody feels like that, and that's okay. Difference is what stimulates our knowledge or something. This is really yummy. Let me tell you, what is it? It looks like crazy, but it's sago seeds. You have to boil them. It's like tapioca pearls. Did you know sago seeds are tapioca pearls, but just tiny? I didn't know that. I thought they were an actual seed. I've had this in like dessert since I was really young. I don't know what freaking tapioca pearl, tiny. Anyway, yeah, sago seeds that you boil, and then it's the yellow is literally mango, condensed milk, and coconut cream. And I promise you, whatever ratio of the three you do, it'll be perfect. Like sweetened condensed milk, coconut milk, or coconut cream is even better. And mango. You cannot go wrong. What else do I have to say? It was about driving, but I forgot. Well, anyway, that's all. Bye.